Sir Thalion, since this is the lucrative adventures of Sir Thalion, which I love the
Yeah,
title. I love the title. um,
I loved it too. Yeah.
you confided in Hugo about your connections with the Iron Fang Goblin clan, and I didn't expect you to do that, but you did.
Was I not supposed to?
No, you do whatever you want. I just thought you would have talked to them about it a little bit more before letting Hugo know that you were basically an affiliate of gang member leader that, or like not even a gang, like a pretty prevalent force in the world. And yeah, it was a good thing. Like I mean, you took a bold step, and Hugo rewarded that step, and now you
He sure
are.
did.
Yeah, and now you and him have agreed that you're going to do an undercover sting operation, kind of just to get some information and understand what's going on, why he's here, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, remind me what the goal is for my conversation with Hugo, or at least what's Hugo's goal or
So what
wish from
Hugo
this.
told you was that he was scouting the hills nearby when they found him. Um, you don't
Grashnock,
know Grashnock, yes. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. Grashnock, Blood Axe.
Blood Axe.
Yes, and for him to be him by himself out here and the reputation he has, just none of that. See, it just seemed fishy, like a trap. He
Correct.
did not tell you how long he's been incarcerated, but he did tell you that he is here and he wants you to confide in him or gain his confidence and figure out why. He has not had any issues in prison. What is this thing and how can I get rid of it? Cleared on. He doesn't. He hasn't done anything. He's been completely quiet. They, want to know what his deal is. Why is he here? And I mean, Hugo doesn't know anything. It's plain and simple. Hugo has no idea what this guy is
But
doing
he
here.
knows that Iron Fang clan is
He
like
knows,
he's known before we even know he knew before we were even there that
yes,
they're a problem.
right. He knows their reputation, but they're coming this far. We'll say east. I mean, you kind of have the geography of that. I think is what you were talking about. You have the geography of that kind of figured out. So there have not been any attacks from them here that I have in my notes. So basically they have the reputation of his name and his clan, but they have never had issues. Oh, they have. I'm sorry, they have had issues with the Iron Fang goblins in the past, which is I think is part of the city history. Um, but not for a long time. And then so there were issues with the
It was
goblins.
in that book.
Yeah, there were issues with the goblins, and then a long time had passed, and then they found him. So and him by himself.
Yeah.
So that they want to try and figure out. No one's come to see him. Completely quiet, model prisoner. Um,
Which
which
definitely is unlike him.
right. So they want you to figure out what is going on and why. So you got sent to Judgmental, which, if you remember, is the only prison in the city. It's considered
And number six.
number six. I think it's number two on the city thing.
Number two. Oh yeah. That was the other big square. Okay.
High max prison. Not that the whole thing is high max, but it is incredibly hard to escape. The prison is comprised of four wings, sections. I think I have listed the sections in my notes. One is basically a lava field. The other is an ocean equivalent. There's a lot of aquatic life in there. It doubles as an aquarium. If you remember which you probably don't remember from the old notes, there is a desert section that is got severe harsh winds that have been known to rip the skin off of bone. And there
Oh.
is a earth section mountain, which is where the Eye of the Grim is located. It's that huge mountain range that the bird people control. The what race is that again? Croa? No, what is it in this one? Um, think it's I can't remember what I had the bird race in here as, but there is a bird race that controls the eye and the mountains, and that is also and the lava field also supplies the heat for Ari's breath, which is the big forge in the Dwarven district. So
Hell yeah.
while it being a big prison, it's also gives a lot of amenities and defensive boons to the city. There are not a lot of guards patrolling the walls because to get across any of these sections is considered near suicide. Not this. There has never been a successful escape attempt from the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never documented. Like I said, you have to fight through a near ocean of carnivorous sea creatures, a lava plain, a passable mountain that is doubles as a lookout tower for the city, and a desert plagued by skin piercing wind.
And you
So
got bird people that are keeping an eye on it
yeah,
too.
right. Tengu, I think is what that might not be Tengu in this. I can't remember. We're gonna go with Tengu. Oh, it is Tengu.
Pelicangu.
No. I was right. It was Tengu. Tengu. Sorry. The Aracro is D&D. So there is a race of bird people that inhabited the mountain when the city was absorbed. They basically made it a Tengu sanctuary, and they control the eye. So you now part of this for you had what was your story for how you got arrested?
Well, what I'm thinking, if back in the day, he was very much about goblin and goblin kind and understanding the history of this town, not being so kind to goblins. Well, my idea was to lean into his, pride for goblin kind and come up with a story involving me trying to help other goblins, but in doing so, the police basically figured that I was causing the problem rather than the humans that were causing the problem. And so then, therefore, they arrested me. But while they were trying to arrest me, I was absolutely certain I was doing nothing wrong, and I was resisting, and obviously got a few good licks in on a few of the guards, and now I've been brought here.
All right, good enough. Assaulting the guards, defending goblins, and basically the assault on the guards is going to be and humans is going to be what is going to land you in here. Hugo has offered no real assistance while you are in here,
Surprise, surprise.
um, but something tells you that he has a kinder heart than that, than to just send you in by yourself. But he cannot act directly. So you were
Mm.
picked up, incarcerated, brought to a guard checkpoint. 1 second.
I did want to be assaulted by the guards before I go in, so it looks convincing.
Yes, you will have been assaulted. You will look roughed up when you were brought in, and no one's going to pay any mind to you. If anything, you were going to be treated even gruffer by the guards for assaulting one of their own. It's your word against theirs, and they are going to side with their own. So no guard is going to give you any type of sympathy. Have you been mouthing off to the guards as you've been like, what would Sir Thalion's demeanor be as he's getting transported from station to station on his way to the judgmental? And again,
I want to be
was this during the day, at night?
when I got arrested.
Yeah, you're getting
I
walked
would
through town.
say I would say it would be like late afternoon, early evening. So it's not quite sunset, but it's definitely late day, where people are trying to go home and that type of stuff, and that's when the altercation happened. Are the guards in on this or not?
The guards you're dealing with are not. I'm sorry, the guard that initially you did it with was, and I do have
Okay.
his name. So, and that's right. You did say that. You did. So Hugo guard. I didn't put a last name or a first name. His name's Hillman. Guard Hillman and his partner was not in on it. He was. So he basically you got in the scuffle with Hillman, and his partner, nameless, is the one who is escorting you through town. Where did this incident happen? What district? Market, Main
Hmm.
City. You haven't been exposed to much of the
Considering,
city, but yeah.
right. Hold on one second. I'm pulling up my Google Notes here. Right down. Hillman is in on it. Um, I'm trying to think. I think more like remind me what 24 is.
24 is. I can't find it. 24 is the ruins.
What is east of there? Where are
That's
the
the edge. That's the
Badlands
edge of the. That's the
comparatively?
edge of the map. So, if are you looking at the map, the city map?
I am. Yep.
24 is all the way to the east. It's on the. It's outside of
Yep,
town.
I see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, and
So,
I'm wondering, can if I were to have, I guess it wouldn't make sense for the guards to be outside
it could be a
necessarily,
scout
huh?
force. No, no, no. It's fine. Patrols. That's why I'm saying because you did mention
Yeah,
it
yeah,
being
yeah. I would
not.
say
Yeah.
just outside the
Okay.
walls, like I haven't quite arrived in the
Okay.
city yet. I might be coming in and out here and there,
That's
but
fine. So you would have. And the only reason I'm asking is because you would have been escorted through and people would have seen you. So I'm trying to see how many eyes would have been on you, which is why I'm asking
yeah,
first. You know.
I would say it happened like just outside the map across that bridge
Okay.
would be like a goblin family, like maybe
Yep.
refugees were
Mhm.
trying to come on in,
Okay.
and that's when it all went down.
Perfect. All right. So you will have been escorted, not very much long through, but yes. Okay. Perfect. So you have been escorted, and then what is your demeanor as you get escorted? Now, you're getting passed off each time, so it's always a new set of guards, and each one probably has more disdain towards you than the next. It's just more. Every time you pass a guard, the story gets worse. Like you started out with just a minor scuffle, then it's not even about another family. It's you got crossed with guards and you started to bite them, and then it became you pulling a weapon. Like the story just gets worse and worse as you get passed from station to station. There's about three or four that you pass. Uh,
I would say I would have an indignant demeanor, kind of like Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, saying a bunch of quips, trying to get my stuff in here and there, trying to, smart mouth, which probably isn't helping me.
no, and you're not going to be shown any physical aggravation. Again, you're being brought through town. No one's going to show you any violence, and if you're just using your words, uh, that's fine. So you're pretty much just giving consent that you did what you did with these stories getting worse and worse. Okay. Um, awesome. All right. So when you get to the last station, you are left in a room alone, and then someone comes in and blindfolds you and binds you. At this point, you probably would have regular copper manacles, probably light. If you had the time, maybe you could pick through them or get your hand through there. This time, when someone comes in and blindfolds you, you get weighted cuffs. Not so
Mm,
much that you couldn't walk, but you would get tired holding your hands up. These are meant to keep your arms down. And you
okay.
hear yourself. They walk you into a carriage, and they make you. They escort you through town. And the whole time you've been in Lovoxith, you've never seen prisoners be transported. You've seen people probably get arrested, but you've never seen anybody be transported. Um, so closed carriage. Nobody. You would hear the sounds of the city start to quiet down. Maybe some street performers on your way into the towards the prison, and then things would just start to get quiet. You would pass a few couple gates. You'd hear more voices and chatter outside the cart, muffled, but you would hear your name and people joking back and forth, probably making jokes about your appearance, how somebody like you won't last long with that attitude, or more filthy goblins, uh, you know, in the
Yeah.
prison talk. You get the carriage picks up until it comes to its final stop. The door swings open. You can feel the cool air of the night as you are gruffly gripped, by on both your arms and walked What seems like through a winding tunnel going upwards. The smell
Mm.
starts to is dank and gruff. Is like trying to think of like dirt smell, musky dirt smell as you walk,
Mm-hmm.
step out of the prison, and then when you enter this hallway, spiraling up, the air gets lighter and more fragrant, not perfumey, but flowerful, and a sense of warmth, of fireplace, cedar smoke coming in through the hall. Um, and then you can feel your feet go from touching concrete to a wooden and then rugged exterior. And a woman's voice, soft on your ears, simply tells you, please, just set him down next to the other two. That'll be all, gentlemen. And you hear gruff acknowledgement of her voice as you get thrown into a chair, and you can feel the presence of somebody to your left and to your right. Um, the woman, you can hear her heels walking across the floor, muffled by the carpet and wood. But as it leaves the rugs, you can hear it on the carpet, and that smell of flowers intensifies. And you can feel soft hands on your skin as the woman says, "Now, this I can trust you will be not as aggressive here as you were with the former guards. You will not be harmed. I'm simply going to take off your blindfolds, and then we can have a proper chat, the three of you." As she takes off your blindfolds, what do you, and you look across the room, if you can go to map, I gotta rename it. It's Jantella's office. I'll put you on the map. Where are you, Sir Thalion? And I'm just going to use Theo's token and Takiri's just to simulate the other two people for right now. I forgot to make NPCs for them. You hear her heels start to clack again as she makes her way over to her desk. But yes, as soon as the blindfold goes off, what are you doing?
I'm looking around to see if I recognize any of the prisoners around me.
So you see to your right where Takiri is a older, actually a younger girl. How old are you again?
How old am I? How old am I? So it's tough to say in goblin
You're
years, but I would say,
27.
yeah,
According to your sheet, you're 27. So
yeah, there you go.
that was really tough. um, you see a ginger-esque looking girl, finely toned and athletic. Her hands very calloused and strong. And to your left,
Human girl.
human. And to your
Okay.
left, you see a brute of a man. Long, messy hair nearly obscures his face, in tattered clothing with a chainmail mark around his waist. He looks like a man just good at killing. Scars trail his body like valleys on a map. He's missing his left forearm, though it seems to have healed over incredibly well, and ending in a thick stump after his elbow. And the state of the stump looks to prove that his forearm was once broken or torn off.
How do you wear manacles?
Huh? They have him
How's
chained
he?
from the nub to his wrist.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah, it's really bad. So the woman looks to you and says, "Please introduce yourselves to one another, as you will all be cellmates." And she nods to you, Xavier.
I have nothing to say to you.
Oh, please. This is supposed to be a time for us to get to know each other, understand the situation in front of you, and the penalties of your actions.
I don't
Again,
even know why I have to be here. What I did was not my fault.
you would not be here if you were not at fault. Can you admit to that?
I thought I knew her.
It doesn't matter what you thought. What matters is what happened. And I'm sure through your stay here that all these nasty situations will be cleared up. But for now, it is time to pay the piper and talk and be in a professional, courteous manner before drastic, more critical demonstrations of force need to be taken. Can we agree on that? I don't think any of us want that to happen. Oh, and by the way, this is a woman, older elven woman in front of you. I didn't give you that, but you guys are getting a very heavy smell of flowers, whether it be from her or perfume. She's dressed very, very nice, and you would know this to be the warden. Hasn't given you your name yet, but she looks very fair and calm. She does not look like somebody who. She looks more of a bureaucrat. She's not dressed to impress. She's business casual. But she's wearing heels and all that gab. You can tell she takes a lot of pride in her appearance, but she is very old, and as you can see, fairly well spoken. But yes, go on. Your name, please.
It's Savior.
And does that come with a last name?
It's all I remember.
Well, hopefully through therapy and rehabilitation, we can help you remember more. And you, miss, on the end, please introduce yourself.
No, I've been falsely in prison. I don't even belong here. I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to either of them. Minus the big guy, I know him, but I ain't talking to any of you.
Again, there is no false imprisonment here. You were imprisoned for a reason. Now, the circumstances may be called into question, but your stay here is not. And as long as you are a member of my prison, you will conduct yourselves politely and professionally. We all will conduct ourselves politely and professionally. And she looks at you, Sir Thalion.
I'm just nodding.
Well,
Yep, we're gonna be professional. Yep, sure.
Your name, please, miss.
Fine. It's Christina.
See? We're getting off to such a great start already. Now you, young sir, please introduce yourself to your cellmates.
I don't normally do this. I'm Karn Boneblight. Really, is this necessary? Like, don't we? Do we not get a trial or anything like that? Nobody here believes they did what they're being prisoned for. Like, can we go?
Again, you are here for a reason. The circumstances of your incarceration will be examined, I can assure you, and you all have your day in front of a judge. But for now, you will adhere to the rules of my prison and those of my guards. Do we understand?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Do we all understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, due to the nature of your crimes being petty in scope, we will be assigning you to our less lethal wing. I should probably have my notes open while I'm looking at this. The Tranquility Sector, which is known for rehabilitation and less stringent policies. Keep in mind that there have been no successful escape attempts from my prison. You are more than welcome to try your luck at our walls, but again, this prison is broken up into 4 different sectors. Allow me to update you on them. And she walks over, you guys can't see Fantasy Grounds, but she walks over to a poster outlining the grid of the prison. And basically, and Ed, you wouldn't know this, Nate, I doubt you probably read, but the prison is broken up into essentially 4 different elements. That's why it's called judgmental. There is a water sector, a lava fire sector, a earth mountain itch sector, and a desert wind sector. And each one of these has their own quote unquote escape routes This is why the prison has not a lot of staff. The walls of this prison aren't heavily guarded. I'm pretty sure both of you are fairly new to town, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, let's go with that.
right. So she'll explain that the tranquility sector, which you guys are going to be in, is surrounded by near ocean lake habitat. It is stocked with carnivorous creatures. So if anybody can get out and make the swim to the wall, and two, survive the creatures that are in it, then you have to deal with the guards. But the walls are not manned heavily because getting there and making it, the chances of survival are next to none. The ocean water also doubles as a aquarium for the town, so people can fish and see it as well. The lava sector is a molten floor that if you can get across, and people try, again, if you were able to make it across a molten lava floor and get to the wall and get out, then you earned it. The rocky earth type or mountainous sector is just a huge Everest style mountain that if you were able to climb up and get over and make it at the top, there is a Tengu fortress known as the Eye of Grim, which is the lookout for the city. It's basically the Eye of Sauron, and when active, which it's not at this point, it can see through everything, and it's guarded by a habitat of Tengu flying race-like people. So if you can get up the mountain and back down and over the wall, you get your freedom. And then the most deadly one is the desert plain. It is fed. It has harsh winds, harsh enough to rip the skin off your bones. So if you were able to get across a desert plateau, if the heat doesn't get you, the wind will. And it is considered the harshest of environments in the city. And again, people try to make escapes. Nobody's ever gotten out of either side. So she explains the penalties of trying to escape. You're on your own. The guards are not going to chase you. If you try to escape, God bless you. That's what's keeping you guys in. And after she explains all that, she turns to look at the three of them and says, "Are there any questions about the perimeter defenses?"
Oh,
Wonderful. Inside, especially in your sector, we will not be instilling our bonded manacle provisions. So you will be able to walk freely from your cell and to the other levels and areas of the prison freely. We only ask that you refrain from any aggressive behavior. You're more than welcome to find any leisure activities that you can find. There are gang elements. I suggest that you try to avoid them, as any calamities caused by your interactions will probably escalate you or move you to other areas of the prison, which I can guarantee you do not want to go into. There are 3 meals per day. You will be given jobs to do around the prison. What services, if any, would you each of you be able to offer if we had a position to fill? And she walks over to her desk, and she starts with you, Xavier.
I guess I'm a little bit good at killing.
Yes. Well, that is probably what wound you up in here. So would you say you're good with your hands?
I grimace at her.
She just looks at you blankly, and
I hold up my only hand.
so you can do not put you on the kitchen line, or would you prefer the kitchen line?
Perhaps I could cut meat.
We do cutting meat. She writes it down on a piece of paper. Xavier. kitchen duties. And she looks at you. What? I'm sorry. What did you have your name in here as?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Karn, Karn, Bone Blight.
And Christina. I like how you said bringing the boys back. I mean, Christina's clearly a chick.
I meant the all of us.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
you
been
can do
like
whatever
2
you want. It's
years.
2025.
Amen,
Do
brother.
whatever she wants.
Karn, any skills you have that would be helpful in the job market?
I think I'm really good at gathering fireworks or firewood, so if you just want to give me an axe, I'll go ahead and take care of the rest.
I'm not going to be giving you any weapons, that's for sure. But how about breaking ore? Working in mines? Would that be something you're interested in?
Nope.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No, I would not be interested in that.
Oh, that's a shame. The mines it is. And Christina, you look like you know how to build carpentry. Is that something you'd be interested in?
I can build and I can fish good.
Foraging, building. That would be great. There are many structures inside Judgmental that need touching up and working on. There is a group in the city called the Recalibrators. They are known as the, I guess, construction force of the town. They are bards that use their songs to build buildings and repair structures. There are very few craftsmen inside the city because of them. One of them, Dustin, his character is one of the few honest craftsmen in the city that don't use magic. He's got a really big reputation for being a handyman. So for you
And take
guys,
his job.
yeah, for you guys to have to do physical labor and construction is kind of not a thing in this town. That's fine.
All right, send me fishing.
No, she's going to put you in construction. It's like, wonderful. Well, I will have you escorted to your cell. The last rule I have here, or we have here, is whoever you are cellmates with, you are all responsible for each other. You will share the same punishments, as well as the same recreational times and any activity time given to the prisoners. So again, if one of you gets in trouble, all three of you get in trouble. That is a way we keep the peace here in Judgmental. Everybody is responsible for everybody else. Is that going to be a problem for the three of you?
No.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am the warden, Jantella Anjoy. And she looks at you three to see if her name is known to any of you. Sir Thalion may know her as one of descendants of one of the founding families of Lovoxith.
Xavier just shrugs.
Pick my nose. Flick it on the
That's
floor.
very ladylike. Well then, I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you will have much to do and to get acclimated in your new surroundings.
How long are we here for?
For however long you need to be.
Okay, I feel like I've already served my time dealing with this. Can I go?
Oh, well, if only it were that simple, everybody would be out of the prison. But I'm sure the details of your incarceration will be given to me. Again, I don't hand sentencing, I just enforce the laws of the prison. I will have your sheets and I will meet with the three of you when I get better acquainted with the details of your incarceration. But know that you have, whatever you have done, have not been too extreme, and I suggest you keep it that way, as there are, again, worse characters and places to live inside these walls. I truly hope to not see any of you outside of scheduled meetings. And if you would like to have a meeting with me, please get a requisition slip from a guard. They are, by law, supposed to honor any requisition that you have of me. Again, we want to make sure you are safe and taken care of, and we ask that you do your best to take care of yourselves and be safe.
Fine.
I suppose.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, for my own safety, you shall be re-blindfolded and bound and brought to your cells. Again, this is precautions so that way you don't know where my office is and you don't get too much of the lay of the land. Again, this is just how we do things here. So enjoy your stay. And she smiles and then gets a serious face, realizing that's probably not something she should say. And you hear her ring a bell, or you see her ring a bell as guards come in to rebind and blindfold you all, unless any of you have any questions, actual questions for her.
I think Xavier, hearing the whole reason of why she's doing what she's doing, is just going to puff his chest out a little bit and take a full inhale.
And that flowery scent fills your lungs. It's almost calming, if Xavier could be calmed. Well, if that is all, then you will be brought to your cells. And again, you guys are not on fantasy grounds. If you were, you would see that you are in the judgmental prison cell block. And this was a terrible map to pick because there's no beds on the map. But that's fine. You guys will be escorted through. It's a pretty long walk. Probably 30 minutes of just straight walking. You guys will hear cat calling as well as grunts and disparaging comments from the guards. Occasionally you'll hear somebody screaming in pain, other people playing games of chance. You can hear laughter. You're going through various halls of the place, but you will not seen any of it. A guard brings you three to your room, and it's not celled. You guys have a door, but it's not bars. It's just a heavy steel door with that eyelet slot, like you would see in a mental ward. And there's simple three beds. There's they give you guys a week's worth of clothes. You have each nightstand to put effects in. There's bookshelves over each one of your beds for personal effects or anything like that. Obviously, your armor and weapons, anything you guys were carrying were taken, unless it was small things like a pocket watch, anything non-lethal. So if you guys had like writing paper or something like that, they wouldn't take any of that away from you, and you can do what you want with that. Whatever stuff you would be able to carry in your pockets or have on your hand. They would have brought into your room. Again, nothing sharp. So not like I said pencil. Maybe if it was like chalk or something like that, but nothing that you could stab somebody with. So whatever effects like that you guys would want to have, you're more than welcome to. They do not. The guard tells you that for the first night, your food will be brought to you. You are not allowed to leave the cells. You will be inducted into the sector in the following morning. This night is for you three to square away yourselves and understand what you guys are going to try and accomplish and how you guys plan to navigate your lives in this prison. So this is up to you guys. I don't know what you guys want to do plan-wise, what you're trying to do, or your backstory. And Travis has no idea why you guys are here. So the three of you get settled. Like I said, food will be brought to you, so it is on the three of you right now. You are left alone in your room.
As we get settled in, I'll see like all like the sheets and blankets and clothes piled up on Xavier's bed, and I'll ask him with a little bit of a smirk, "You need a hand?"
He looks down over his shoulder at you. I have no need for it.
Oh. Okay.
You gotta excuse Sir's seriousness over there. He's missing his boyfriend.
Listen,
Oh.
I thought I knew her.
Oh, a little lover's quarrel?
I guess you could say something like that.
Oh, so what are you all in for?
So this fucking merchant, listen to this, right? I'm trying to find me a fucking quarterstaff, and this merchant hands me a stick. And then they say, and I attempted to steal it and attempted to beat the police officer with the stick. It's not even a full staff. I can't do nothing with it.
Sounds awfully familiar. Okay. So assaulting an officer for bullshit reasons. Yeah, no, that hits a little close to home. How about you, big guy?
There was a woman, and she looked really familiar, and I thought it was Ava. It's quite a story, but she was the only piece I knew before I points over at Christina before I got to meet these lot.
And we've been best friends ever since.
Is he always so sad sounding?
Hey, you take what you get. You either get the sadness or you get the concussion, but that fucker ain't here, so
Right,
can't tell him two things.
So who's this Ava chick?
Nah, I've never seen her. I don't know what he's talking about.
So
You
We
what
got
did
to
you
town, we ended up in the same jail.
you saw a girl, you thought you knew her, and then what happened that you got in here?
Well, obviously, he kind of scratches at his head and almost ashamed. Well, things aren't quite good in my head. Still not right as it used to be. And I tried to take her away. I thought she was in trouble. They took it as I was assaulting a woman.
You're kidnapping her.
I wasn't trying to kidnap her. I just wasn't in the state of mind. I just thought I knew her, and I was blurring from there.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, it sounds like we're all in here for bullshit reasons. So
What's
You
the
could
play?
say
We
that.
breaking out? Because last time I was at one of these group punishment things, 2 people fucked it up for everybody else.
uh, you're right to it, huh, pal? Okay, I like this. I like the energy. Do you are you already thinking of a plan? I mean, can you swim? Can you withhold like heavy winds that are going to tear the flesh off you, or are
Look,
you?
we'll figure that out as we go. We just got to. It's got to be an all or nothing decision because if someone drops the ball, like I said, I've been in that situation. It ain't pretty.
Listen, I don't want to get messed up by the guards again, so I'm not going to do anything that would put any of you in danger yet. I would like to think that you all would provide me the same level of respect.
And why should I?
Because I
Shit, he
didn't
said
do
it, not
anything
me.
to you. Why would you want me to be harmed for shit that you did? That ain't fair. Do you want to be harmed for shit that I did?
But what did you do?
Oh my gosh, your brain isn't good. No, so like the lady Jantella literally said if one of us messes up, all of us get the same punishment. What I'm saying is I'm not going to do anything that would cause either of you to be punished, and I'm asking if you would do the same to me.
So then we're not breaking up.
I didn't
I
say
will.
that. If we do it, we gotta do it smart like.
Well, you heard what they have. There's no way out of this.
There
The only thing I can
is.
imagine, if you have an idea.
Not yet, but I'm sure there's got to be a way for us to get out. I mean, we got in without having to swim or to dive or to cross plateaus or to dance with birds. I mean, we got in one way. I'm sure we can get it out some other way. They have to have more than just one way in and out. That'd be terrible security purposes. If there was ever an emergency, they'd have to have other ways to be able to get us out. Right? Right,
Well,
right. Confidence is the key here. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything to get you guys in trouble. I would like to think that you would offer me the same. But I am all for getting out of here. I didn't do anything to be in here in the first place. And that lady wouldn't even listen to me.
Well, it didn't seem like
It's a
she was
common
following
theme
those
in this town.
manuals. Seems like they have their own agenda. And if I was going to be told anything that I don't know, I just hate being led around like I know nothing.
Listen, do any of you know anybody here on the inside?
I would say no. Do you?
Not unless Tweedledee and Tweedledum got them so stuck in here too.
Who are Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
The other two adventurers we were with.
Oh, there's 4 of you.
There were.
They get
So a
nabbed
couple hours ago.
They get nabbed by the cops?
No idea.
Well, if they did, they didn't go to the same cell as us. And I'm sure that one would have been making a mess.
They still could be in the same prison, but a different different hall, different block. Anyway, it's not helpful if you don't know if any of them are going to be in here.
Seeing as we're all given different jobs, we can take the first couple of days for reconnaissance, figure out the lay of the land, especially because it doesn't seem like they're really restraining us to one room or another either. They're giving us free reign almost.
I agree. I think we need to get the lay of the land, put our ear to the ground, as they say, figure out what the deal is, and I think at that point might be able to come back with some ideas.
And they did say that they would do for the first night, they would give us the food, but I don't know if that has any instances. I mean, the next time they won't.
I think we have to go get it, like at the dining hall, at the chow, as they say.
But why the first night?
They probably don't want us to get shivved on the first night. They'll probably want to wait for at least one day.
I'd like to see one of them try.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'm sticking with the big fella. I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah. Good old Xavier.
Xavier. Yeah. We're buddies. All right, Xavier?
Well, just don't get on my bad side.
Oh, you don't want to be on his bad side, all right.
I honestly don't want to be on the bad side of either of you, because it serves me no purpose. I'd rather work together, you see, as a team. Anyway, yeah, so let's get settled in here, get some grub, and then I guess get back to work tomorrow. Which, by the way, it makes 0 sense that she said she won't give me any weapons because I can't cut down a tree, but she's gonna give me a mining pick.
Hey,
That's
there's no
way
reason
more
over there.
effective.
I wasn't going to say shit. I called it too.
Neither am I. So I already got plans for that. So don't even worry. That's just getting snuggled in quick. So don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get us a plan.
You guys start to hear the sound of chain boots or metallic boots scraping against stone, heading towards.
All right, and then what did she assign you?
There's a lot of
Oh, I'm
knives
sorry,
in that
go ahead.
kitchen, I'm sure.
And then you got put into
I'm
construction.
building.
Hell yeah, you got your hands on plenty of opportunities. No, this is gonna work great.
No.
Oh, it's already coming together, fellas. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yep. and you guys start to hear the sound of boots heading down the floor with the sound of a squeaky cartwheels behind. And you see the guard's face. Now, all the guards are, this is the first time seeing them, they're all they're all face covered. They're wearing, look more like metal buckets over their head. They look more for protection, not for fashion, and they're caged. So that way you can't poke them in the eyes or anything, but they're shrouded, so you can't see their faces at all. And you, from the way that the armor fits, you won't be able to tell if they're male or female. They take guard anonymity very serious here. And he knocks on the door, or she. Well, you'd be able to tell by their voice if it's a man or woman, so I guess that was stupid to say. But outside of their voice, you'd never be able to tell what guard from
I mean, have you heard Christina?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, true enough.
Says, he knocks on the door and says, "Meal's here. Back up against the walls."
That's a
Oh, look, boys, room service. All right, can you believe that they went to guard school for this?
Just say, okay, that's definitely a man. did I hear that right? 'Cause it was,
yeah, I was like, that's a woman?
Okay, Lorax.
Listen, we got Christina. Xavier's heard a lot of different women.
There is a long pause. The door opens and the guard pushes the cart and smashes it on the wall directly in front of it and slams the door and says, "There's your room service." And as all the food and drink falls to the ground, and it's his oatmeal, some vegetation and fruit, does not look like it is fresh. The celery is starting to green. The apples have definitely been sitting out for a while, cut as they have brown spots. But they do seem that they give you guys whatever your daily nutrition needs would be. There was a jug of milk, a jug of juice, and a jug of water spilling onto the floor. So probably half its contents now, as well as the rest of your meal on the floor.
So much for a non-violent prison, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure feels like home.
You will also notice that a slip of paper has fallen off the cart onto the ground. And if you were to walk over and see it, it would be a picture of a fang with a drop of blood, with 3 drops of blood coming off of it at the bottom.
Does this have any meaning to you guys?
Not a clue.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How about you, big guy?
No, not that I'm aware of.
What about you?
No. But it might come clear here soon. So I'm just gonna, and unless any of you want, I'm just gonna go ahead and slip it in my pocket in the meantime.
The guard's still there on the other side of the door and says, "He's got his eye on you, Karn. We'll see what you have if you're worthy of his standards."
Huh.
Well, now that
Hey.
makes me think you don't be lying to us.
Well, now I'm wondering if I know somebody on the inside. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about, fella? Listen, I'm sorry about the room service comment. That was kind of rude to me. I apologize. Hey, I'm Karn Boneblight. Nice to meet you. Who's watching?
"Don't fill up on the water." And he starts walking off.
Hey! Come back! Hey!
You hear a raspy whistling tune coming from the guard as he walks back down the hallway.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
I think there's something you not knowing, not telling. I'm gonna keep that to me.
Wait, what would I? Somebody's watching me. I gotta see if I know, or I'm gonna
Look, I
perform
ain't saying nothing, but you don't make enemies just by showing up here.
Well, you sure saying stuff without saying stuff. Then
Hey! Put my hands up. Oh, I'm not the one who just got threatened.
I'm making
hoping
friends
that
already. I don't even know this town. I haven't even been here.
I'm hoping Falco didn't get with the wrong group.
Falco doesn't even remember what group he's a part of.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think this place might have a thing against goblins, if you know what I mean.
And you hear from a cell nearby, they're gonna make you take the plunge. That's what that means.
What's the
Hey,
plunge?
what's a plunge?
You really are new, aren't you? The plunge. It's terrible. I barely made it back myself. They all died. They all died in those waters. And next,
The water's outside?
You're gonna die in the plunge. No one makes it out of there. No one.
What did you face in those waters?
Death. Death with large jaws and unnatural teeth. There's no normal fishes in those waters.
Who's gonna make us do that?
He wants you. I don't know why, but he wants you, and he wants to see what you can do.
Okay, but who? Who?
I've already said too much.
Who is this too much? Be quiet. I'm trying to hear what he said. Who is this too much?
Enjoy your last night on this God's given green earth, boys.
I don't care what deity he believes in. Who's this too much?
You just hear sobbing and knocking. Sounds like his head hitting the wall, occasionally muttering and saying stuff about large teeth and unnatural things in the water. He's old Greg.
Old Greg.
No,
okay.
no,
Okay.
no,
I'm just
no,
kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah,
I know. It's just from a bit. I'm from a bit. Yeah. Well, this is really becoming more eventful than I had planned. Okay.
Well, if we could get out of this jail cell, it would be a different story.
Can't we leave it?
No, the first night you're locked in there.
Oh, okay, we're locked in. I thought we could walk freely in and out.
I wonder if we could use anything on this cart. They did beat it to shit.
It is
Oh.
a metal cart, but it is all cylinder objects. There's no rough edges or bolts. Anything that you could use on this, I mean, it's dented, so you could be used. It could be used as a blunt object, but you wouldn't be able to take any of it apart. Yeah, the
Okay.
high enough strength roll, you probably could. And I did do your character sheets, so I have Christina's and Xavier's built.
Ooh. Nice.
All right, stand back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and see if I can tear off a couple of these pieces so we can at least have something for tomorrow. And if this guy around the corner isn't just trying to scare us. Hold on. Let me pull this apart. Hold on.
How are you gonna hide that? Oh God.
Go ahead and tell me no, baby.
Okay, yeah, you will rip off look like a metal rod, about
yeah.
as thick as your elbow to wrist.
As thick as my elbow to my wrist, or are you talking about as thick as my forearm?
No, from elbow to wrist. That's how long it is.
Oh,
And
okay.
thick.
Gotcha.
It's that long and that thick. So it's like a metal rod.
Bear me to embarrassment.
Yeah, okay.
Now
Anybody else want a piece?
Now you get to explain to the guards why you've destroyed their property.
I was trying to use it as a straw to soak up the water.
It's a snorkel.
Yeah. Before going with the fishes. Honestly, not a bad plan. Not a bad plan.
So, do you think you're, and I grab one of the quilts from the bed. Do you think you're small enough to hide into the underside of this tray and we cover it?
Oh, yeah, I could fit into that just fine.
Yeah, we'll just pretend you scampered off.
Perfect.
I need you to roll a bluff check, please, Sir Thalion.
Good. Just kidding.
Let's see here.
Close.
Yeah, super close.
Super close to finding out or super close to not knowing?
I don't know. That's for
Super close to me getting away.
That's for Christina to know, and for I guess the rest of you to find out.
Right.
Okay, so when I get on this cart, are you gonna push me, big fella? And where are we going?
You just broke a thing off of it. How you gonna sit on top of it?
Still has three other. No, I'm not sitting on top of it.
Okay.
It's a cart. There's an underside.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if that is the question. Is it like a
like a
similar
hand-
to a stewardess cart?
Yeah, like a stewardess cart. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Being as short as he is, he probably could hide under that.
Okay.
I'm basically imagining it like Michael Scott hiding underneath the cheese tray.
Sure.
Because I think the closest place is try to get back to that office. Her smell is still strong.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Perfect. Do you want to try that in the morning, or when do you think they're going to try to take this cart away, or how do we get out of here?
That's what
Does
I'm
Mike working
wondering.
now?
Surely they'll
There
come
goes.
back.
We'll try to save
Yeah.
for the last 5 minutes. Is the door locked?
The door
I
is
thought it
locked.
was not
Yes,
locked,
it is
but I'm
locked.
wondering when they're going to open it and when big fella here can push it out.
You'll be let out in the morning.
Okay, great, perfect. All right, in the morning we'll go ahead and take care of it.
Okay. Is that the plan?
Yes. Yes.
So first thing in the morning, we're breaking out and making it for the mayor, the warden's office. Is that what I understand?
I don't have a better plan.
It's the only one I can think of.
Okay.
Surely with the map that they have a route for us to get out.
All right.
And I got a metal pipe. I can take care of us. Don't worry about it.
Christina, anything else you want to do or need to
No, I'm
say?
good.
Okay. You guys will see a small mouse make its way under the door and stand in the middle of the room in front of you.
Falco, is that you? Falco, scratch 3 times. Is that you?
Hey there, little fella.
And
You hungry? I got apples and oatmeal.
immediately it morphs into a tall, hippie-looking hermit with a huge beard that goes down to his stomach, dressed in ragged clothes and holding a staff. And he says, "Greetings. I am Falco, druid of the grove." He's like, "Sorry to scare you. I was playing pretend as a rat. I'm a druid. I can do that. It's not a big deal. It's a normal thing. Where am I? I was outside and now I'm in a prison."
Well, you definitely don't want to be in here.
Oh,
This guy with you?
I don't want to be in here. And then he morphs into a rat and walks right back out of the room.
Wait, Falco! You son of a bitch!
Rookie move, Xavier. You do better.
All right, and that is where we will end tonight.
Okay, great.
I will plan for a